Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Sinta Marwanti akan melaksanakan uji kinerja Angkatan 2 Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris. Ini nomor ujian saya. Terima kasih. Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, before we study, I'll check your attendance list. Herni, Debbie, Rahmah, Raisha, Rayana, Siti Hafiza, Siti Munawara, Tri Triana Devi. Muna, please let's pray. Sudah?
Attention! Before starting subject of today, let's say Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Thank you, Muna. Okay, for our material today, have you ever visited this place? Ada yang pernah mengunjungi tempat ini? No. Debbie, have you ever pernah mengunjunginya? No. Okay. What historical places? It is definition of descriptive text. Apa definition of descriptive text? Descriptive text is a meaningful text that describes and reveals particular things or place. Jadi pengertian descriptive text adalah suatu teks yang mendeskripsikan suatu benda atau tempat. Yes. Entity by describing its features, history, and special karakteristik. Jadi fungsi sosial yang pertama memberikan informasinya tentang feature-nya, kemudian historinya, sejarahnya, ataupun ciri-ciri khususnya. Yang kedua, to give information about things, behaviors, use, parts. Sedangkan yang kedua, fungsi sosialnya adalah memberikan informasi tentang benda. Tentang benda tersebut bisa bagiannya, kemudian tingkah lakunya, ataupun manfaatnya. Jadi dari strukturnya yang pertama identification, yang kedua description. Identificationnya it introduces or identifies specific object. Jadi identifikasi benda tersebut secara spesifik, baik itu orang, person, things, benda, place, tempat, animal, or event atau kejadian atau peristiwa. Ini tergantung apa yang dideskripsikan ya. Kemudian yang kedua, description. Descriptionnya gambaran. It describes the intended object using descriptive details or
information about the object,
characteristics, appearances, personality, habits, or what? dideskripsikan tergantung yang dideskripsikan itu apa. Oke? Ciri kebahasaannya spesifik partisipan. Jadi harus lebih spesifik apa yang dideskripsikan. Contohnya apa di situ? My house, Borobudur Temple. The use of the adjective to clarify the noun. Menggunakan kata sifat untuk menjelaskan benda. For example, contohnya
A beautiful beach.
a beautiful beach. Bendanya yang mana?
Beach.
Ya, beach. Kata sifatnya apa?
Beautiful.
Jadi a beautiful. Contoh kedua, place in Jepara. The famous place in Jepara. Kata sifatnya yang mana? Famous. Ini bendanya. In tempat yang terkenal yang ada di Jepara. Kemudian yang ketiga, third, the use of simple present tense. Menggunakan simple present tense. Karena descriptive text ini menceritakan tentang fakta dari sebuah objek yang diceritakan atau digambarkan. Masih ingat simple present? Simple present tense. Subjek menggunakan kata kerja bentuk pertama plus objek. Subjeknya contohnya it tells about. Oke. Kemudian yang keempat, active verb, menggunakan kata kerja aktif. For example, run, sleep, walk, hunt, and etc. 5. Using passive voice, menggunakan kalimat pasif. Ada using noun phrases, ada using technical term, and the last one using conjunction of time, cause, effect.
This stunning 17th century white marble Taj Mahal was built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan between 1631 and 1648 as a mausoleum for his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal, who died in childbirth. The Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal to express his love for his late wife, Arjuman Banu Begum, popularly known as Mumtaz Mahal, after her marriage to him. Mumtaz Mahal means jewel of the palace, which exemplified his love for her. She was his third wife, whom he fell in love with when she was 14 and he was 16. Married 5 years later, she bore him 14 children and died while giving birth to her last child. She was much loved by the emperor, not only for her beauty, but also for her compassion, generosity, and wisdom. She gave allowances to widows and met with petitioners seeking the emperor's court, and often accompanied him on his military campaigns. It was during his military campaign to defeat a rebel commander, Khan Jahan Lodi, that Mumtaz died in childbirth. Mughal Empire was under siege during his rule. Kandahar, in present-day Afghanistan, was lost to the Persians in 1649, and Shah Jahan faced faced uprisings in the Deccan Plateau. He was fighting one of the latter campaigns when Mumtaz died in childbirth. The devastated emperor entered seclusion for a year, reportedly re-emerging with white hair and a stoop. It is said that his dying wife requested he never remarry, and that she be honored with a mausoleum. The existence of several historical and Quranic inscriptions in Arabic script have facilitated setting the chronology of Taj Mahal. For its construction, masons, stonecutters, inlayers, carvers, painters, calligraphers, dome builders, and other artisans were requisitioned from the whole of the empire, and also from the Central Asia and Iran. Ustad Ahmad Lahori was the main architect of the Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal is considered to be the greatest architectural achievement in the whole range of Indo-Islamic architecture. Its recognized architectonic beauty has a rhythmic combination of solids and voids, concave and convex, and light shadow, such as arches and domes further increase the aesthetic aspect. The color combination of lush green scape, reddish pathway, and blue sky over it showcases the monument in ever-changing tints and moods. The relief work in marble and inlay with precious stones make it a monument apart. The uniqueness of Taj Mahal lies in some truly remarkable innovations, carried out by the horticulture planners and architects of Shah Jahan. One such genius planning is the placing of a tomb at one end of the quad-tripartite garden, rather than in the exact center, which added rich depth and perspective to the distant view of the monument. It is also one of the best examples of raised tomb variety. The tomb is further raised on a square platform, with the four sides of the octagonal base of the minarets extended beyond the square at the corners. The top of the platform is reached through a lateral flight of steps, provided in the center of the southern side. The ground plan of the Taj Mahal is in perfect balance of composition. The octagonal tomb chamber in the center, encompassed by the portal halls and the four corner rooms. The plan is repeated on the upper floor. The exterior of the tomb is square in plan, with chamfered corners. The large double-storied dome chamber, which houses the cenotaphs of Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan, is a perfect octagon in plan. The exquisite octagonal marble lattice screen encircling both cenotaphs is a piece of superb workmanship. It is highly polished and richly decorated with inlay work. The borders of the frames are inlaid with precious stones, representing flowers, executed with wonderful perfection. The hues and the shades of the stones used to make the leaves and the flowers appear almost real. The cenotaph of Mumtaz Mahal is in perfect center of the tomb chamber, placed on a rectangular platform decorated with inlaid flower plant motifs. The cenotaph of Shah Jahan is greater than Mumtaz Mahal, and installed more than 30 years later by the side of the latter on its west. The upper cenotaphs are only illusory, and the real graves are in the lower tomb chamber, a practice adopted in the imperial Mughal tombs. The most impressive in the Taj Mahal complex next to the tomb is the main gate, which stands majestically in the center of the southern wall of the forecourt. The gate is flanked on the north front by double arcade galleries. The garden in front of the galleries is subdivided into four quarters by two main walkways, and each quarter in turn subdivided by the narrower cross-axial walkways on the Timurid Persian scheme of the walled-in garden. The enclosure walls on the east and west have a pavilion at the center. Famous folklores have named Shah Jahan as the emperor who ordered his men to cut off the hands of his architects and workers to ensure that they would not build another beauty like the Taj Mahal. However, this folklore has never been proven. It is also likely to be untrue, given that Shah Jahan had commissioned other buildings to be built during his reign, some of which became famous in their own right. These include the Red Fort of Agra, the Mosque in Agra, and the Shalimar. After Shah Jahan's health deteriorated in 1657, his sons fought for power. Aurangzeb, his sixth son with Mumtaz Mahal, took control in 1658 and imprisoned his father. Shah Jahan became a prisoner in Agra Fort, unable to visit the Taj Mahal, and for the remaining 8 years, spent gazing at the Taj Mahal. He was laid to rest by his son next to Mumtaz Mahal in the Taj Mahal. How good has been your visit to this marvelous monument? Do share your experiences in the comment box below, and do not forget to share this video to your near and dear ones.
Do you get a point?
Makam dari istrinya Shah Jahan yaitu Mumtaz Mahal.
Makam dari istri Shah
Shah
Jahan.
Jahan yaitu Mumtaz Mahal.
Oke. Selain makam, apa lagi yang ada di situ?
Masjid.
Mumtaz Mahalnya meninggal setelah anak yang ke-14. So many children they have. Jadi mereka banyak sekali memiliki anak ya. Kebetulan anaknya semuanya adalah cowok. LKPD 1. Finish? Answer the question individually while watching the video. Question number 1, pertanyaan nomor 1. What do you see in this video? Sri Triana Devi.
Taj Mahal.
Second, have you ever visited to the location Siti Munawara?
No, I have not.
Okay, no, I have not. Pernahkah kamu mengunjungi lokasi tersebut? Ya, tergantung kamu. Kalau pernah berarti yes I have. Bagi yang belum, no I have not. Okay. Third, the location. Lokasinya ada di mana, Rahma?
India.
In India. Yang keempat, what do you think about it? Olivia?
Sad story about Emperor Shahjahan.
Okay. Then
Taj Mahal is a beautiful building.
Taj Mahal is a beautiful building. Okay. The last one. What is the function of the place? Siti Munawara?
One of parts of Taj Mahal is a mosque.
Opinion, Taj Mahal is a mosque. Menurut Siti Munawara, Taj Mahal itu adalah masjid. For LKPD 2, okay, please sit based on your group. Jadi memang silakan duduk secara boleh melingkar, terserah. Yang penting tetap jaga jarak ya. Please pay attention to activity 1. The group to write the name of these famous places. 5 pictures. Yes. Yes. Picture number 1. Group 1. Triana, Devi. Please answer.
Borobudur Temple, ma'am.
Borobudur Temple. Betul jawaban dari Triana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Second, gambar yang kedua. Second group, Rahma.
Great Wall of China.
Great Wall of
China.
Nayana, please. rumit ya. Di situ ada gambar piramida. And the last one. The picture is Eiffel Tower. Where is the located? Lokasinya ada di mana? Paris, Prancis. Ini descriptive text about kota tua. Teks deskriptifnya tentang kota tua. In this text consists of 5 paragraphs. Jadi pada teks ini terdiri dari 5 paragraf. Part of teksnya, bagian dari teksnya, first introductory paragraph, paragraf perkenalan, supporting paragraph, paragraf pendukung, kemudian ada supporting paragraph lagi, supporting paragraph, and concluding paragraph. Purposesnya yang diminta, jadi dari tiap paragraf yang diminta. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Finish?
Yes, ma'am.
Devi. Sri Triana Devi. Answer? The first question.
Kota Tua Jakarta, also known as Old Jakarta or Old Batavia, is an interesting historical area in Jakarta.
Correct. Gimana kelompok lain? Betul? Kota tua.
To inform that Kota Tua is an area of that colonialization inheritance.
Correct? Betul?
Yes,
To inform Kota tua
is an area of Dutch colonialization inheritance.
ya. Olivia's group. Kelompok Olivia.
To inform that Kota Tua is used a place to store history items.
The last paragraph wants to answer. Siti Munawara, you want to answer?
To describe about Kota Tua as a historical site, as a favorite for culture lovers, photographers, local and international tourists.
Pecinta budaya, kemudian fotografer, lokal and international turis. Jadi baik turis lokal maupun turis internasional. Do you get a point? Dapat poinnya? Yes. Masih tetap duduk secara berkelompok. I give you 5 questions. Please answer. Lokal and international turis. Jadi baik turis lokal maupun turis internasional. Tinggal sedikit lagi ya. Okay, I'll give you students test paper tentang tes yang akan kamu kerjakan. Okay, please answer 10 question, multiple choice. Pertanyaannya dalam bentuk pilihan ganda. Choose the correct answer by choosing A, B, C, D, or E. Jadi kamu cari jawaban yang paling tepat. Bisa A, bisa B, bisa C, D, ataupun E. Do right now. Silakan dikerjakan sekarang. number 1 to number 5. Before you give your answer, please check your paper to your friend. Silakan ditukar dengan teman sebelahnya. This about Taj Mahal, masih tetap Taj Mahal. Want to read the text? Sri Triana Devi.
Taj Mahal at the top of love is actually a mystery. Standing ready.
Question number 1. Find one correct statement related to the descriptive text above. Jadi temukan salah satu statement atau pernyataan yang benar yang berhubungan dengan teks deskriptif di atas. Correct answer is Muslim is a building. For today you have learned about descriptive text. Jadi untuk hari ini kamu udah mempelajari materi tentang descriptive text. And you watch the video. Kamu juga udah menonton video about descriptive text and title dengan judul Taj Mahal. Okay. And then you have done some work. Kamu juga udah mengerjakan tentang materi dari descriptive text ini. Ada Borobudur Temple, Great Wall sebagai contohnya. Ini dikerjakan secara berkelompok tadi ya. Oke. Jadi menyebutkan nama dari tempat-tempat terkenal berdasarkan gambar yang sudah memberikan. Ada Borobudur Temple, ada Great Wall of China, Taj Mahal, Pyramid, and Eiffel Tower atau Menara Eiffel. Ada juga teks yang berjudul entitled Kota Tua. Kota Tua ada di Jakarta. Oke. Di sini kalian tadi diminta menentukan tujuan dari masing-masing paragraf yang sudah diberikan. It consists of 5 paragraphs. Ada 5 paragraf pada teks Kota Tua ini. Ada introductory paragraph, supporting paragraph, apa lagi? Supporting paragraph lagi, supporting paragraph, and last paragraph, concluding paragraph. Oke. Tadi udah menentukan ya tujuan dari masing-masing paragraf itu apa. Pada aktivitas yang ketiga ini masih berhubungan dengan teks yang berjudul Kota Tua. Tadi kalian sudah menjawab bersama kelompok masing-masing. Ada 5 pertanyaan yang diberikan. Mulai dari first paragraph yang terdiri dari what is introduced in the first paragraph, what is described in the second paragraph, what is described in the third paragraph, what is described in the fourth paragraph, and the last one, what is concluded in the last paragraph. Sedangkan yang ini student test, kalian mengerjakannya secara pribadi. Ini ulangan untuk hari ini. Okay. Any question so far? Ada pertanyaan? I think that's all. Enough for today. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.